Welcome back to another exciting, super sexy vlog with me. So we are obviously at the mall, one of my favorite places in the world, and I don't know what this vlog is about. This is just like another day in the life, spend the day with me vlog. So we're gonna go get something to eat. So we're gonna go find something to eat. I don't know what I want, and I kind of feel like going on an adventure a little bit. I'm in like a very picnicky, outsidey, romantic kind of mood today, so we're gonna find something that kind of matches that. There's a place I've never been to that I think I want to pick up from, and I get so nervous when I order from somewhere that I've never been before, so this is gonna be interesting because I'm actually kind of nervous. So let's see. I don't know. This place used to be a Red Lobster, funny enough. RIP. I kind of wish it was still here because I definitely would get that, but maybe it's a good thing it's not here. So yeah, let's go see. So this was actually my first time going here, and I got this yummy grilled chicken club sandwich, and when I tell you it was so good, they also give you free unlimited ice cream. Okay, so it is the next day. Let's talk about healing in spaces where the previous company that you kept is still around, because I have a lot to say about this topic. I know for me, it can be especially awkward if you have decided to let go of some things from the past, but you're still around or surrounded by those people. It can honestly go different ways. Sometimes you can change your friendships and relationships and they just sort of like meld into the new reality until they just sort of fade away. Or it can be like a loud intrusion, but I believe that when it's a loud intrusion that you can learn so much more than if things go perfectly perfect all the time. For me personally, I feel like if you can be yourself and be bold, beautiful, blessed you, even in environments that are not welcoming to your energy, that assume the worst about you, that say all these things, there's so much more that you can learn and be blessed with. Like, there's so much more that you can experience and learn about yourself and understand. And it's just like, it's very hands-on. You know, it's so easy to talk about, oh, I was in this toxic relationship or this toxic situation and I left. And now I feel so much better. You know what I'm saying? But like, you might be good outside of that, but if you get re-triggered again, then what happens? You know what I'm saying? What if you meet somebody who's not that person, but something happens and it reminds you of that, and then you lose that relationship? Like, how are you when you're re-triggered, when you're in the heat of it, the thick of it, you know? Man, like, it's amazing to me because I feel like I really do believe that everything that you encounter is a reflection of what you got going on within. And so many people go through so many really heavy and scary things because they feel like that's what they deserve or they aren't good enough. And everything is not everybody's fault, because some of the things that people go through, like, it's just simply not their fault. But then there's other things where it's like, are you doing this to yourself? Are you self-sabotaging? Are you calling in negativity because that's what you're used to? And that's something that I've had to deal with and face up to. How am I responsible for my own issues? How am I responsible for my own downfall? And when I say that, I don't mean that in a way like, oh, I did this wrong or I did that wrong, because a lot of my issues and the problems that I've had to work through recently is from things that were not resolved in the past, that came from real hurt, that came from actual hurt, actual trauma that I thought was resolved. But then by the time, once I got back into seeing those faces and those environments again that triggered me and feeling like pulled back into it, it was almost jarring. It's like moving away from somewhere, letting go of a new relationship, getting in a relationship with somebody who's nothing like you've ever had before, to going back to an old environment with someone you got rid of. Like, that shit can be jarring. But this is the thing I think I have to realize too, and that I think people have to realize too, is like, it does not matter if you come face to face with someone who hurt you before, everything is in the past. Now, that does not mean that if somebody is physically abusing you, assaulting you, whatever, you should turn back around and go back with them and it's all good because it's a new day. No, I fully believe that if somebody does something to you in a relationship once, then you need to end that relationship. I don't believe in working it out. I think that there's certain things communication wise, there's certain things that people can negotiate on, and maybe fidelity is one of them for some people. For me personally, there's certain like deal breakers. Like if we agreed to be monogamous, or at least I thought so, and you step outside, the relationship's over. You know, if there were sort of like some wiggle room where maybe we talked about an alternative relationship, whatever, and maybe somebody slipped up, that's different. But like, there's just certain things that are not okay. That any sort of emotional abuse, yelling, there's just certain things that it's like, why would I try to make it work with you just because I have feelings? Feelings come and go. And maybe that sounds kind of harsh, but like, I don't believe in making it work. If somebody is not exactly what you want, that's your life. You break up with them. You don't cheat on them, you just leave. Like, that's it. That's the other thing too. If you're in an environment that's not good for you, leave. Now, that part I'm still figuring out because that is easier said than done. Like, there are certain things sometimes that feel a lot harder when we're not willing to do something different. This is a sign and a message to myself and to everyone else around me. Sometimes you need to do something different. Sometimes you need, I can't get my glasses up fast enough. Sometimes you need to do something different. I feel like somebody's mom. I am somebody's mom, but y'all know what I'm saying. Sometimes you need to do something different. Like, sometimes there's some tiny step or something you're unfamiliar with that you need to do to change your circumstances and your environment. I have been so mad because like this time last year, or even like not last December but the December before, I was completely like torn away from all the things that I did not want anymore. I did it forcibly and it was the hardest thing ever. And like, the thing about it is that like the shit I be praying for is not, or the things I'm trying to bring in, they're not like big deal. It's like simple stuff. A relationship with somebody who treats me right and is compatible and like matches up with everything I've ever wanted, to live where I want, to not be around people who feel like my existence is dependent on how I can best serve them. And if I'm not slaving or breaking apart pieces of myself in some kind of way, then I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to have the bare minimum. Like, and of course they don't communicate it that way, but that's basically what it translates to for me, because we're not compatible. So it's like, yeah, man. And I'm kind of rambling right now, and I hope y'all get the message of what I'm saying, but it's like, and excuse my appearance, my hair is like all over the place, and my eyebrows are in the process of growing back in, so that's like a whole process. But the whole point of what I'm trying to say is, if you are still in a situation with somebody that you used to deal with, family that you let go of, but you're like back around them because you made one choice and now it sort of has you loop back in, it's time to step out that damn loop. It's time to step out the loop. And it is time for you to take steps, even if they are so small and insignificant. I don't care if you got no money in your bank balance. I don't care. Money is something that humans created. It is a tool, so if it exists, you can have it, and it is real. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I've seen it myself. I have had days where I've gone from 0 to life-changing in one day, in ways that I never expected. In ways that I was able to get myself out of a really bad situation in a fucking day, in one day. So this is also a reminder to myself, because like I made a choice a year ago or whatever, and I thought it was a good choice at the time. And it's scary even saying this on here. It's not scary. I thought it was a good choice, and it really put me in a full loop where I had to look at myself in a way that I've never looked at myself before. I've never looked at myself this deeply and intimately before. Child, I done lost weight, I done stressed, I done let go of all the people that I call friends. Some of them we just don't talk, so it's not that like I don't rock with them, we just don't talk. Other people I really been examining, like I don't even really want to be your friend because you don't, like, how do you feel when you're around people? If you're around somebody and they're not making your soul shine, why are you talking to them? And it's not that they're a bad person and you're a bad person. They just might not be your person. Y'all might just be cool and have similar experiences. You don't need trauma bonds with people and to keep recycling the same old tired fucking conversations. You need joy and happiness and love and abundance, and that's what the fuck I need. And I think it's been hard for me because it's like coming from a place where I'm so used to doing everything for myself, and coming from a place where everybody that I've ever fucking lived with has made me feel like in order for you to even be here, you need to do the fucking most. I don't care if it breaks you down to your core. You need to do the most because I'm inadequate and I know damn well that I don't deserve to have you in my environment. But I'm gonna make you feel this big because I know that I can't sustain and provide without your energy. But they will never say that. I only accept situations that pour into me, and I don't care who likes it or not. I don't care who feels like, oh, you trying to be a leech. No, I've felt it, I've witnessed it, I've experienced. I know what it is that I like and I want in all types of relationships, but specifically romantic and specifically living situations. Like, I don't play with that because I haven't even run y'all through the whole like tea of how it's been, and it's all been a pattern from the same choice. So different choices have been made, and that's why I'm just laying here now like, let me add this to the vlog because it needs to be said. It's a long vlog too. I'm looking at it, I'm like, Lord, I just been rambling. It is not the time to sit back and let motherfuckers beat you up because they feel like they have an upper hand or they're owed something, because you don't owe nobody nothing. You don't owe anybody anything. And when it gets to the point where the shit starts affecting you mentally, physically, financially, it is time for you to let go and literally, I don't care if you gotta go outside and scream and say, God, next chapter. And be specific with it. Be like, good things only. Next chapter. Bring in what's mine. So I guess I'm saying it right now, God, through this video, bring in what's mine. Because I now see the error of my ways and the same mistakes I've made over and over again. And it can be frustrating and infuriating because it's like, how in the hell could I even for a second, after all the work I did, after everything I let go, after all of the things that were done, have the fucking thought to step back into shit that I don't want, wrapped in a shiny bow, like, oh, look how nice this is, only to be surrounded by people who still saying, I don't give a fuck if you're uncomfortable. I don't give a fuck if that's not what you want to do with your life. You're going to do what I say because I'm uncomfortable, because I'm not good enough. And I haven't worked on myself fully yet. Or I know that, what you want and what you deserve is not what I can provide. And I doubt that I'll ever be able to, but I'm not going to tell you that because I think you're dumb. Like, so this is a very interesting vlog. But I hope this message is reaching somebody because, like, you are not alone. A lot of people are going through this right now. They have people living with their exes. They have people living with toxic parents. They have people who are just like, I am the whole package and I'm so happy and I'm complete. I know what I want to do in my life. I have constant opportunities. I'm happy. But I'm just surrounded by these people who I do not want to be around. I'm living in these places I don't want to live in. I don't like this. Maybe it's great for somebody else. It doesn't work for me, And that's really what it is. And just release it and let it go with love. So I'm praying that everybody who sees this video who's having any kind of weird situation in their lives right now finds healing and peace and can move out and move on. And yeah, I'm praying that for all of us. So I guess we're gonna continue on with this vlog even though it was long as shit. So yeah. So that is the end of this vlog. I don't know what that was just now. That is the end of this vlog and of me looking. Look. I mean, it's kind of a sleigh though. We got the bushy hair going. We got the brows. The thing is that the brows are growing in, the hair is growing in. It's a lot going on, but it's all good. So that is the end of this vlog. I hope y'all enjoyed me just ranting, my little dinner moment. That place was really cute, by the way, if y'all have never been there. They have them at a bunch of different places. They started in the South. It was actually pretty good, and you get free ice cream, which perfect. And it was the variation of ice cream that's like, it was like icy. It wasn't like that heavy cream. I will go there again. I feel like my baby would enjoy that place. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned because something's coming, and I think you're gonna like it. Love you guys from me and my 5 head. See y'all later. Talk to y'all later.